Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Community Central. Now, for most of you, the first week of school has begun. How's it been? Now, I know everyone is going back to school October 3rd, no matter what you've chosen, whether it's online or physical. So I hope everybody's prepared for that. We would like to thank our supporters, the Apple International School, for being a part of our initiative to continuously educate and inspire children, well, and adults, from what I hear on the feedback that we're getting, to follow their passion, dream big, and just love what you do. Now, today we have with us someone who has followed her passion to the highest level and even been awarded for it. Now, to me, she's somebody really rare and special, and I would love to share her story with you. Our very own T-shirt, Zankar.
Hello, good evening.
Hi, good evening. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. How about you?
Very well, very well. Now, when I met you, I was already so intrigued by
Mhm.
who and what you do. So
Okay.
please introduce yourself to us and let everybody know what you are and what you do.
Mm. All right. To start with, myself, Zankar into my early 40s in Dubai currently, and a Mumbai native. Mumbai native is India's capital. I feel the most drank tea in the world happens to be in Mumbai. So tea passion, tea talks, tea emotion. There too much to my tea there. Studied well, graduation, commerce, management, business management, family business, real estate. But passion, when you speak about passion, is only tea. Tea in particularly hot beverages. I loved tea. Something you can always play with the emotions attached to the tea. There's one thing I always loved about tea and coffee. If you speak about, I always say that there are coffee dates. You see, there would be romantic coffee dates. But when you speak about tea, tea heals. The kind of herbs used in tea, they are used for healing our body, healing our mind, detoxifying. So, tea is very close to my heart. And I cannot stop myself speaking about tea.
We
Tea
can see
defines me most.
I can see your love and passion for tea. Now, of course, being Indian, tea is something you grow up with, and it's a part of every household. But your passion is different level to the extent where you've become a tea chef. Now, what is a tea chef?
Okay. Now, when things were maturing, my son, he started 8 years old and he started getting independent. Now, that was the time I thought this is the best to look back towards my own passion, work on it. As in, I was waiting for him to, really get independent and then shift my complete focus. So, gradually, when I started thinking of putting up a business, any kind of entrepreneur business, I wanted to do something which is not very, very commonly happening. Now, when we talk about very, very great chef, they definitely work, they have good restaurants here. But when particularly thought about tea, when I go and sit back and have tea, my mom would make a tea. My husband says my wife is making tea, my mother is making tea, my sister is making tea. So the lady effect in the tea is taking the tea to a different level. That is what I thought. And I thought, why not me myself get into making the tea also? And that's the point where I started my cloud kitchen. That was January 2020. And I thought, when actually researched, there's no other lady who is making tea, and took an opportunity to just make a hashtag of a lady tea chef. That's supposed to be real as well now. Till now, I don't find any lady coming up with complete commercial approach of her cafe to make her own tea. That's the point. Lady tea chef.
Wow, so you took your passion and your love for tea and created something unique with it. Now, tea
True.
is a very common beverage. Like I said, it's in every household, especially in Indian household. Now, when you thought about creating this special blend of yours, did you take the pros and cons and see how it would be, how it would taste, would it sell, like, and experiment with all that? How did that go?
Okay, when we actually speak about tea, there are different type of tea available in the market. Like even it's if it's a Chinese tea, it being a Indian tea, it could be black tea, it could be Ceylon tea, Sri Lanka. But yes, when particularly the characteristics of the tea is the key point to the tea. It starts, the very first thing starts with the smell. You know, when usually you brew the tea, you brew the coffee or any hot beverage, the kick that comes to the mind, the caffeine smell, or defines the tea category. So yes, when I thought of launching my tea, I studied a lot about the characteristics of different teas that are available. Now my best resource was the Indian tea, as I myself an Indian, and I've been grown up having those different tea. So my confidence towards the black tea was the most, and I tried of making a small blend of it, of picking up different black leaves, black teas, and making a blend that would define my particular tea. When some tea is smelling good, some tea the caffeine strength is very strong, some particular tea would give a very nice color to the tea. So I blended them in a proportion. Definitely it was an experiment, but I was so lucky that it worked in my favor. Now, the tea blend I have made, it seems to be perfect when brewed, even lightly brewed. It gives a good color, gives a good smell. So the trial went successful with the blend I created. I've chemistically noted down my blend so that future, if I ever get to make it better commercial than this, I have this opportunity to, keep the records with me, or pass it, or create the same blend again. Yeah.
Now, I have personally tasted your tea, and I
Mhm.
can tell you it is an experience. Right from
Thank
the smell to the taste, it's an experience, and
you.
it is really my pleasure to have tasted your tea. Now, there are children listening here today, and many
Okay.
of them may have similar passions, whether it's tea or coffee or a particular drink. Maybe they want a signature. And for them, could you help us understand the journey of how you got into a cafe and how you started selling your tea?
Mhm. Definitely, I will. First of all, I congratulate these young little kids who really are, making a mark, getting an opportunity to understand these kinds of example. Because when I remember myself as a kid, there was nothing during those 90s when I was getting adolescent or started understanding. But if you see this 21st century, especially the post-pandemic kids, I feel they have all champions. They've got the case studies, live case studies. For these kids, I definitely have something to say is, yes, passion definitely takes you ahead. Education is what really makes you. But the passion is a teacher who knows your plus points. And when you manage excelling your plus points is what we particularly call visheshta. It's a very, very nice Hindi word. It's like a feather you have on your cap. So always understand what feather, what diamond you have in yourself, and try to polish it to the best. So when I understood my point was tea, hot beverage, I took an opportunity to first understand the tea, the market here in Dubai, because when we speak karak chai in Dubai, you find it everywhere. You find it in every hook and corner, every cafeteria, be it any weather. Karak tea means everybody wants a sip of that. So I first thought of starting my own cloud kitchen in New Dubai, new part of Dubai, because I was thinking to commercialize my tea more rather than retail my tea. Retail my tea would, that time in January 2020, retailing would be like opening up a particular cafe sitting in the cafe and brewing my tea and people coming and having the tea. But when I opened it as a cloud kitchen means I prepare the tea and I deliver the tea anywhere up to 5-10 kilometers. That was in my mind. It was in the target area which I had decided when I centralized myself in Jumeirah Lake Towers, JLT. So the best was my own cloud kitchen or the dark kitchen, whatever is can be mentioned as best would be a cloud kitchen. And definitely it was working good till the pandemic. So I had to stop. So if you don't have the corpus to put up your own particular personal cafe, then this is the best option to start with, to experiment, to get the feedbacks, to understand that their child, is it going to the level, is it people are liking the taste. So during those 3 months of my venture of Cloud Kitchen, I got a huge response with a very positive approach that your tea definitely has a distinctive taste. And people started comparing me to Feely, Hara Cafe. And, I was getting compared to the biggies of Dubai, if you say. So I was feeling sad about not going ahead. There I got a point to create this gold tea. Now, after creating the gold tea, I could understand that pandemic was not the right time of launching a cafe. The corpus, the kind of corpus that is required, the kind of permissions we required, the kind of licensing required during the pandemic was the most difficult time. So I took up a chance of making up my own restaurant partner. This is kind of a franchisee business that I am going to teach the chef, their chef, the restaurant chef, whoever comes and ties up with me, that we are ready to put your tea in our menu. Either I have my own chef working in their restaurant under their license. And luckily it worked for me. I could manage making up good restaurant partners. So currently this is called a franchisee model or different type of franchisee model. And I'm serving my tea in their restaurant. So the tie-up would read, their menu would read Zankars Tea, cup of tea. So best is either your own cafe, either a cloud kitchen, either a restaurant partner to serve your product.
And I'm sure many children will look into one of those options if they want it. Now, you mentioned gold.
Mhm.
We heard gold tea. Can you tell us about the ingredients of those gold teas? Can you taste it, or is it a look? Is it a feel?
Okay. Okay. Now, gold tea is something really, really very close to my heart also. Yeah, I mean, it was a fantastic thing happening to me during, it was the creation date. I actually remember the creation date was 21st of May 2020. So the blend was ready. Yeah, when you talk about the taste of gold, I'll tell you something. When I first ordered the gold flakes, they are the purest of 24 karat gold flake. They come with a certification. Now, when it's there, now when I started the trials at home, I first took a gold flake, kept it on my tongue to understand what kind of taste it is before putting it on the tea. Now there's something little metallic kind of a taste to the tongue. So now I understood that if this is the taste, then how much should go in my cup to create the feel of the tea. Now, when I started practicing this gold tea, initially it started failing because putting it directly on the hot tea, the gold was getting oxidized, the gold was crimpling itself, due to the temperature. There I understood that my tea brews at 83 degrees Celsius. And if you understand gold, once 70 to 73 degrees crossed, no, the gold starts getting discoloring, it starts getting dark. So I had to create layers in it. I had to create a different temperature to the toppest layer to hold the flake. So I could manage it to get it at 69 degrees, the top layer of the foam, milk foam, flavored milk foam, saffron flavor, and then place the gold. And from the kitchen to the table, it takes around 3-4 minutes, and the gold retains its color. It stays well. It now best way to drink is to stir actually and have a sip. Now that definitely the first tinge on the tongue happens to be a little metallic. I feel little metallic. Later on, the tea is designed in such a way that cardamom plays the biggest role. The saffron and the cardamom plays the biggest role with the milk, the biggest chemistry of the tea. And definitely the aroma and all goes away. But yes, the first sip is worth the 51 AD, I feel personally. And
And you were also awarded for this tea, right?
definitely, yes. I was mentioned by the most medias available in UAE at that time. If you see Khalid Times, if you see Gulf News, if you see great vloggers like Curly Tales, or if you even see the Arab news, if you understand Indian media, I am a Gujarati, so there was a lot of Gujarat media also. They are called BBC Gujarati, then they are called TV9 Gujarat. So these were the people who actually be there presented on the day when I launched the tea. That happened to be a festival period, that is during the Diwali. And the day was Dhanteras, which happens to be people usually buy gold on that day, particular day, that festive day. And we launched that if not be able to buy gold, let's drink gold this time. And yes, it was mentioned as one of the best launch of 2020. Post pandemic, people were a little happy with affordable buying. That's only 51 AD with at least 10 micro milligram of gold in it to consume.
Very innovative, bold,
Yes,
very innovative of you.
thank you.
Wonderful. And then it was Time Out that awarded you for the.
Yeah, no, after the gold tea, the Karak chai was also getting famous. The Karak blend, which is available in Jumeirah Lake Chas, JLT, my restaurant partner. One fine day, somewhere late in the evening, actually midnight, 1 o'clock, I'm getting a message from Love in Dubai that you are nominated. You are nominated for top Karaks of Dubai to make your own place. You have to promote yourself, forwarded the poster they gave me, which reads my name in the voting list as well. The voting list was created by Dubai Food Festival and Love in Dubai. And what they did was they had shortlisted 300 tea corners of Dubai, and luckily I was one of them. And these two biggies, they always annually declare and award top 10 of those who really get into voting. With parallelly with that, they send their team on the restaurant to taste the tea, to remark the tea. They give quality, they define the tea. So things were happening now. They came very, very unknown. I mean, they must have come like any other customer. They must have had the tea. I wasn't aware of it. I religiously followed my passion, and I thought, let's just forward it to my families and my friends. They would, out of love, they would, just vote me that, okay, they know Jankar is doing something and they must have voted me. And I was so happy and content that even the mention of me getting shortlisted would make my family happy. And then one Friday early morning, when I was declared in the top 10, made me really happy. And if you understand, I was with top 10 with the major tea brands of tea cafes of Dubai, like Feely, the Hara Cafe, then Uncle's Tea. They are all biggies of Dubai. Mostly, currently, if we see, even Project Chai Wala is doing really good. So I was with them at par, and then they particularly called up and said that we would love to give you an award for this. It's like a memory, it's like a display piece which would read you in as in top 10 Karak of Dubai. So every time they used to get those trophies, this time they made a golden kettle of it, And Dubai Food Festival and Love in Dubai has carved on it as the top 10 karak of 2020. And they came to the restaurant, they gifted me, and they appreciated. They again had the tea, the team, the crew again had the tea. It was a memorable moment. And I'm again very thankful to the people who have voted for me, and they still, drop a message of we still crave for your tea, coming for your tea. I really am happy for all those. They really are the ones who make me more confident in what I'm doing.
Now, Dubai is known as the city of gold, and you have the gold tea. Do you plan to promote your tea more in Dubai and have it in more significant places like Expo or something like that?
Yes, it's a very, very prestigious thing which is going to happen. Dubai Expo, everybody knows the kind of level, the kind of excellence, Dubai Festive, Dubai Expo is going to get. Yes, my process is under uh, good luck if it happens because I've also registered. I've done my paperwork. And yes, fingers crossed, if it works for me, if it works in my favor, there's some financial touch to it also, which I have to understand before, because I don't want my tea to be expensive. If things happen that way, that you have to put a figure to your tea, you have to understand all the expenses. So I've been working on it, and I've tried for my regular Karak blend, which is I really feel if I get an opportunity to put up a kiosk there in the Expo Indian Heritage Cluster, it would be an honor. I would be obliged. I'm really waiting to see that if it happens. I still have 2 weeks to left to know it. Let's hope, keeping my fingers crossed.
So you are you studied tea in detail. You have experimented with tea in detail. You know tea better than anyone, other than, of course, Zankars Tea. Which is your favorite top five place in Dubai?
Sure, sure. I would take an excuse of please allow me to mention two other teas which are not in Dubai also, because those tea are remarkable tea. Yeah, when we speak about Dubai first, yes, I was always a Feely fan. When I first came to Dubai, when I because being in Gujarati, we like strong tea. Strong, little strength in tea is always what a Gujarati would love. So I used to go to Feely and I used to love the strength of the Feely tea. Later on, the sugar is to the choice. People sometimes, don't have much sweetened tea or, that way. But Feely makes a mark. Again, with Feely, if you understand Project Chai Wala, even there's Afrani. It definitely, they're getting the right taste, the right blend. What I see is the color, the smell, and the aftertaste. There are multiple things. So even Project Chaiwala does a very good job. Even Al Hara Cafe. Al Hara Cafe is one of a very, very busiest cafe, very small cafeteria in Karama. But the tea, definitely, there's Afrani chai, definitely. Yes, it's a worth. They have priced it in a fantastic way because they have numbers. They sell almost 1,000 tea a day. So, the kind of crowd, and the Zafrani is fantastic. Now, to mention tea other than Dubai, I would say a tea cafeteria in Ajman. The best part of their Zafrani chai is the Zafrani tea is served with a dash of coffee on it. Means world best. Trust me. I tried it myself and it wasn't working that well. But whenever I go to that cafe and I have that Zafrani chai with a dash of coffee, I feel I'm blessed. I'm blessed. It's a fantastic place in Ajman. And the other is Korfakan. The Korfakan Cafe Mastani, they serve the tea in tandoor. The tandoori chai. Tandoori chai is the mud cups. They are steamed. The cups are on the coals for more than 10 hours. And when you pour the hot tea in the mud cup, it bubbles, it brews, it gets the taste of the mud, and that is again served in a mud cup. So when you have that tea, no, really satisfying, really soothing. The Zafrani chai, I mean, out of the world. It's technically called the tandoori chai, but out of the world experience. So these five tea are my best, and I crave for, and especially drive 2 hours to Korfakan only to have the tea and come back. So I do that many times. Some Friday I say, come, let's go and have tandoori chai. It's not available anywhere in Dubai. I'm planning to open one. I see. I'm waiting for good blessings to happen soon. And if I get an opportunity for my cafe, tandoori chai is definitely going to be in my menu.
Wonderful. Now you tempted us all to go to Ajman and Korfakan and all these places in Dubai.
Only, only to have tea. I love to. I can drive anywhere to have tea. Even being in India, we used to travel a lot only to have those tea. Our street food, vada pav, we try 20 kilometers one way to just have that. It's only my passion which makes me do this.
Now, a lot of children, again, like I said before, a lot of children are listening here,
Hmm.
and all have passions, but not all of them feel like they can follow it.
Hmm.
How advise them or encourage them to follow their passion? Because you never know, it can lead to something.
Yeah, I would definitely ask those kids that see, passion is something which is kind of a petrol inside you. What I just normally speak this to any young kid is like when you already have some loaded petrol in you, it's just one spark. It's just one spark that it takes to understand that that one spark to your petrol can glow up and blow up to a level they didn't even thought of. And to understand your passion is to understand that, see, when I started understanding, I was very, very young when I started understanding that I have a different fun added when it comes to cooking. I was standing with my mummy and I had a lot of curiosity. Mama, what are you doing this? Why are you doing this? Why are you grating the ginger and not pounding the ginger? It's made in different different ways. So there were small technical points to that which I started understanding from a very, very young age. And even dead tired at night 12, if somebody would say, Jankar, let's have tea, I would, spring up and, okay, I'm making chai kalas. So I started understanding my passion from a very young age. So I'm very sure when you speak about kids, even they would have understand, they would be having certain feelings that even with a dead tired day, there's something which rejuvenates them. There's something which makes them a little stress free. Like there must be something which they would, even if it's not possible, even if it's like an impossible dream, they would want to go and achieve it. For me, my own cafe is still like an impossible dream, but I'm going to do it. I've decided it. Even in my sleep, if I'm just turning a space and if my eyes open, I am thinking of tea. It sometimes happens that way. I dream of tea. So I understood my passion. I took time to understand my passion. Sometimes, my husband was like, come, I'll pick you up and we'll buy something gold. We usually do it in our festivals. I said, no gold, you better buy me a good crockery teacup set, or this is something which are these kinds of gadget. I wanted a brewing machine. I wanted a fresh coffee brewing machine. I wanted something gadgets to froth the tea, froth the latte. So he would like. I mean, he used to always say me that now even I've started liking your passion. He would open up Amazon and see what he can add something to my tea gadget, or So passion is, you have to understand, and every kid has a passion. Every kid has a point to understand that there's something which is rejuvenating them, something which is really helping them to release the stress. It could be anything. For me, it's food and beverage. For some people, it must be gaming, designing their own game. For some, it must be stitching, carving. It could be so many other feathers which are actually lying and they are not aware of. So always take a mention, always give yourself time to understand that what is your interest. And once you understand, try and excel there. Try and excel. Like something with chai, I started writing shairis also on tea. I started doing renditions on my tea. So one thing would add to other multiple things and defines you. It will give you an opportunity to understand. And if it gives an opportunity for the same to take up as a profession, then there's nobody who can stop your success. Nobody on this earth. Understand the passion and follow it is the only advice for these kids.
You truly are the tea ambassador. You can just be the passion.
And,
Um, now, uh, you said that tea is healing.
sure.
You've said that the elements of tea can be healing. Can you tell us more about that?
Definitely, yes, yes. Now, it's not kind of a comparison between tea and coffee, but yes, in particularly when you speak more about tea, the kind of ingredients, the kind of herbs that are used in tea, even in particular the black tea, the Ceylon tea, these all tea, they have a characteristics. When you even speak of green tea, they have a characteristic stick which detoxifies your body, they thin your blood, they improvise the iron in the blood. So when you talk about the masala chai, the zafrani chai, I'm talking the herbs that I use. If you talk about cardamom, either it could be cinnamon, either it could be clove, either it could be fennel seeds. Now these all seeds, these all herbs, when they are particularly blended with the tea, they are boiled, they are brewed, they are brought to a temperature, and when they are consumed, it definitely lays a effect on your body. People usually have green tea to reduce weight because it detoxifies, then it thins the blood, then it helps you in digestion also, the green tea. The masala chai, anybody having cough, or if you just have half a cup of masala chai, no, the enzymes that comes after the tea, no, will open up the nozzle. The smell of it, the smell of the ginger, the most important is the fresh ginger. It works in a very different way in your body. Dry ginger also, when it's added to the tea, it works as a healing agent in the body for the blood. So somewhere I feel tea has many characteristics. Even the masala chai has so many characteristics to heal. And it's a live example. Just brew yourself a cup of masala chai and just see how much it's soothing you inside, especially in our winters. In our winters, if you have, I'm sure you'll understand in your own body that it's healing.
I'm definitely having chai after this conversation. I can think of no place better than to have chai after all this selling of how healing it is, how emotional it is, how medicinal it is, and just the whole feeling of what chai is. I mean, it's so tea. Sorry, it's amazing how passion can lead you to places you have never realized. I mean, it's so great that you have taken tea, something that people take for granted, something that we all have every day. And no one's ever thought that I'm just going to make this the best tea. I'm just going to make this an experience for everyone. And you've done that.
Thank you. Thank you. Means
And
the
like I
most
said,
to me.
I mean, having tea is an experience. It truly is. And we don't even realize it until you've put so much passion to it. And like I said, I've had your tea and it's an experience. It's not just a quick drink you have over a conversation. It's something that you sit down and enjoy and feel.
Thank you. Thank you so much. It really
So
means, tell me.
what's
Tell
the
me.
pipeline for Zankars Tea?
I'm
What
sorry,
see?
I'm not able to. Yeah?
What can we hope to see? What's in the
Yes, exactly. So very soon, if things go in a right way, you will be seeing my cafe. My cafe is a dream which I have tried off. Art cafe. that would serve hot beverages like tea, coffee, and other saffron milk and all. And the cafe is going to be more like an art cafe. Is you come there, you experience. There would be library, there would be folk things going around. There would be Shakespeare on the wall. It's an art cafe, which is in my dream, and I am really starving hard and trying my level best to put it on paper and then make it happen very soon by coming year, maybe 2022. But yes, my tea is something which is very close to my heart, and I want that it should touch everybody's heart. A cup of appreciation against my tea makes me the most happiest person on this earth.
After this conversation, all my common meetings are going to be over tea.
Definitely, I would love to. I would love to. Whenever people ping me that we are coming, I myself reach the restaurant and make the tea. So the touch of the tea changes. They always tell me that the chef definitely makes a good tea, but when you are around, the tea is something else only. So
Now,
definitely, I would love to make
now
tea.
I definitely know what to do next time and bring all
Exactly.
the flavors.
Exactly.
So, are we expecting to see more flavors?
Yes, yes, yes. That could be something really in my list. Yes, a new flavor, something exciting, something new in the market, which I have tried. I haven't got an opportunity to do trials as yet, but yes, I will take up this as a project before launching my own cafe. I'm going to launch those flavors. Those flavors are all the play with herbs, the kind of herbs that are used. I'm going to distinguish those herbs in different cups now. So you can make your own tea. You can come and tell me this is what I want in my tea, and that the tea will be brewed that way. And there are some signature flavors also, which are there in the list. They are something unique, and I'm trying my best to put the dash of coffee on my tea. Even that could be something really interesting happening. So yes, flavors, different style, different cups, different presentations, everything is going to be observed now in my cafe.
Wonderful. That is such amazing ideas. Who knew you could play so much with tea? Wonderful.
Like,
But thank you so much for
mhm.
your time and thank you for all everything that you have said. Before you go, I would love for you to give your words of advice with all the passion that you have to all the children that are listening here.
Okay, now this opportunity brings a lot of responsibility too. That whenever I speak to young kids, even if it's my family, my own kid, I always feel like you should understand what your heart says. See, there are people who would guide with their past experience, who would guide you by their current experience of market. Everything is possible, but when you understand that you are in Dubai, Dubai is a place where everything which is called impossible can be made possible. So why not your dreams? Why not understand an opportunity with just starts with a thought, and it could be like a building like Burj Khalifa, or it could be a building like Dubai Creek Tower. Anything is possible, and you are very lucky that we are in a place, Dubai, where everything is possible. So always watch out what your heart says. I definitely agree to the point that you should always respect your parents to understand what they also feel for the current market, or if they're guiding you to hold on to the passion. Yeah, hold on is fine, but it's never put away your passion and start be money minded and all. No, always believe that if say something which your heart is telling you is definitely going to be unique, it's definitely going to be that worth to make you something which not everybody is able to do, is something only your heart could say it to you. So always look around for your own instinct which would guide you the best. The best enforces your own instinct. and I have done that till now. If I am able to do my dreams, I can live my dreams, then I think everybody can do it. All these kids, I really wish them best of luck. I really wish them that anywhere in the point you feel that I could be a help, I could be a positive approach to you, feel free to get in touch with me, either come to my cafe, talk to me. And if it's possible in my hand, I'm going to definitely help you. And I would love to do that for the kids. And this is the best I could do. I mean, I really want everybody to excel, everybody to believe in the passion and go ahead.
Now, since you said that you'd like to organize something by bringing all the children over to have an experience, the whole experience from the kitchen to the table. Thank you so much for that. And we have some comments here which says, "Excellent interview, proud of you." So people are inspired by your story. Now, where can we come and drink this wonderful chai? Can you please tell everybody where to come and drink your chai?
Yes, of course. I comes with a real proud that currently my tea is served in Uptown restaurant in Jumeirah Lake Towers, which is named as Indian Food Company. Now they happen to serve North Indian food, and my chai is a best compliment to a hot beverage can do to a North Indian food. So if you understand cluster C in Jumeirah Lake Towers, the restaurant is Indian Food Cafe. The menu reads Zankars Tea. My correct chai is currently there available, and very soon the gold tea, my other flavors, till I don't open up my cafe, is always available in Indian Food Company. And if people come ping me before they come, they will even find me there. So I usually go once in a week because the chef is an excellent chef. He has taken up my tea such a well way. He brews it perfect. But I love to meet people on tea. So if an opportunity, if people ping me, they message me, even I'll be there. And the tea talk continues there.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. I once again thank you, Miss Carolina. It's been great. Your advice and your support has really motivated me that I'm not going to slow down. I'm not going to sit back now that I've done enough. It's going to be a journey. I don't want any destination to my cafe or to my dreams, but I want to live this journey and I want to enjoy this journey where I'm with my passion. Luckily, my family is with my passion. My loved ones are with my passion, and people want me to just work on it. And I'm really thankful. I'm really thankful to you as well.
Thank you. That was the very passionate Zankar. I mean, you can just see her love for tea. Now, thank you everybody for watching. And again, kids, hope you're enjoying your first week of school. And well, look forward to the next week ahead. All of you preparing for getting back to school on the 3rd of October. All the best to everyone. We want to thank our supporters, the Apple International School, for their continuous support towards our initiative. Now, for those of you who don't know them, they're located in Gises. So please do contact them. The details are available here. You can also contact us if you want us to connect you with them, and we will be more than happy to do that. Have a wonderful evening and enjoy your weekend.